Good afternoon, folks, and welcome back to the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. I'm your host, Owen McDonough, and we're here back at the Frank Southern Ice Arena for Game 2 of the two-game series between the Indiana Hoosiers and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Less than 24 hours ago, we saw these two teams face off, and the Indiana Hoosiers had a dominating victory, winning 8-1 as our final, having three of their own goal scorers have two apiece. Aiden Siminow, Luke Slavin, and Ethan DiLorenzo were among those two goals apiece goal scorers, and they did a phenomenal for the club just less than 24 hours ago. The club also did very good on defense, closing the skating lanes for the opposing attackers, making them force the careless dump-offs and usually end up with the possession of their own puck. Did a phenomenal job at neutral ice and in their own defensive zone, and made things easy on Billis. Leading to Billis, you can't really talk about a Hoosier win without talking about Sammy Billis. He's been lights out all season and did much of the same yesterday. Saved everything but one, and the one goal came on a penalty kill, so I'm sure Weiss is going to be a little bit upset by that. Same with Sammy, because he does love those shutouts, and sometimes they get cut short. Now over for the Buckeyes, they kind of came out slow, kind of had a slow start compared to what they wanted. They didn't really match the intensity that the Hoosiers had coming off of a slow start. The Hoosiers were able to go to a pretty big gap pretty early on. Look for them to come out pretty fast and not as physical, because it was a little bit too physical, I would say. Once they started getting a bigger gap in the deficit, they kind of got over their heads and kind of took games into unnecessary measures and had some unnecessary hits that they'll probably try and clean up here coming into tonight. One of the highlights for the Ohio State Buckeyes was their power play. They had plenty of good chances on the power play. They had numerous power plays where they forced Billis to make some key saves. And while he was lights out, there would have been a few opportunities where the pucks could have gone in. So look for quite a bit of chances on the power play for the Buckeyes tonight if they do find themselves a man up. Moving into the keys for the game here for the Indiana Hoosiers, we've got win the face-off battle. The Hoosiers are very good on scripted plays coming off of the face-off, especially in the offensive zone. Look for them to come out firing, especially in the early periods here. If they can win the face-off battle, I'm sure they're going to have some great looks and probably be able to put the puck behind in the back of the net. Next up, we've got stay out of the penalty box. The Buckeyes were on quite a bit of power plays just a game ago, and Sammy Billis was forced to be stellar. While he was stellar, it might not be the same case tonight. I'm sure Weiss talked to the boys about staying out of the box, and that'll be one of the bigger keys for tonight's matchup. Now over for the Buckeyes, we've got skate fast. Try and make cross ice patches and stretch passes to be able to get into the zone and not make careless dump-offs. Give yourself a better shot to get set up in the zone, and that leads to the second key, is staying patient. Set up in a pentagon formation, find open skaters, make tape-to-tape passes, and be more disciplined overall. If they can do that, we'll probably see a better matchup here than we just saw yesterday when the Hoosiers won 8-1. We'll be back in a few with Garrett and Goose on the call for the puck drop. Until then.
Welcome in, Hoosier hockey fans, to the Frank Southern Ice Arena. I'm Garrett Drake, and Andrew Gus will be joining us here in the booth shortly after he takes care of his public address duties. Second game of this weekend series between the Indiana Hoosiers and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Indiana came away with an 8-1 victory yesterday, and now we'll take you to ice level for tonight's starting lineups and the national anthem.
Good evening and welcome to the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. I'm Andrew Gus, joined alongside Garrett Drake. Just moments away from puck drop here back in Bloomington for the second night in a row. After last night's home opener 8-1, the Hoosiers looking to start off where they left off last night. And that third period alone, Garrett, they had 4 goals. They had 3 in the first period yesterday. We'll see what today brings, as this afternoon starts with a puck drop here at neutral ice. It'll be the Buckeyes controlling their own blue line as they'll work it in deep. This will be Matt McKay, the first one on the scene, as McKay will get harassed in the near side corner. Working towards the net, nice pad save by Bill. It's cleared away by Brandenburg as it makes its way in front of the Hoosiers bench. Brandy finishes off his check there. And it's quickly stolen away, and here come the Buckeyes the other way. This one, a pass, just missed the mark. And missed Daniel Seaman's stick. And delayed penalty now. The Hoosiers already will be penalized as a high sticking minor. And it's going to be Patrick Brandenburg going for 2, the junior forward. Just 30 seconds here into the game, and already shorthanded for the Hoosiers. So an early advantage for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, Goose, you mentioned Ohio State dumping the puck in on their first possession there. I was curious to see if they'll try to do that more often today. They struggled getting the puck into the offensive zone, but if you dump it down there and chase, you give yourself a better shot.
Well, Carter Wilk wins this one back. That shot there came from Cantini. Hawkins lays a nice hit behind the wall there. As this one Start to be worked up the wing by the Buckeyes. A one-timer, slapped away, saved away by Billis again. A second chance and nothing doing, as a great effort there by Billis to stand tall. Hawkins able to clear it all the way down. Still a minute 30 to go on the kill, but a great start so far.
And both Hoosier special teams units have been spectacular to start this early season as kicker gets a takeaway.
Kicker there, able to put a shot on net. This one deflected just wide. And now the Buckeyes working the other way. This will be Michael Kudish. Kudish slows up. He'll send it back to Cantini in the point. Stolen away by McKay. McKay's going to have a skate and a 2-on-2 the other way. McKay weaves it. He'll shoot this one on the far side pad. That's kicked away. And now the Buckeyes, they'll go 2-on-2 the other way. They'll be slowed down at the top by Byron. Byron gets hit hard into the wall by McKay. Simoneau puts some pressure on Williams in the far side wing. This will now be carried by Gaffney. Gaffney has it stolen away. Here's Simoneau. Simoneau crosses the blue paint. He'll put a shot on net. That's deflected just wide. Sim still down there working. He'll give it off to Chambers. This one fired and just missed on a one-timer. A nice save there by Thomas Wazalowski, the goaltender for the Buckeyes this evening.
And Simoneau did just about everything to get that puck and found Chambers in the slot for the one-timer, just went into the pad.
And Hawkins there able to get away from a few Buckeye defenders and clear it to length of the ice. Just dumped in.
Just got to make it 10 more seconds here.
Shot down the other way once again by Hawkins. And so far a successful kill as the time will expire. Michelle in the far side corner. They'll start the attack as the Buckeyes try to break out. This will be held back in by Andrew Owen as he decides to kick it back in. Held back down by Konstantinos Raftis. Raftis fires this one right to the glove, and that's whistled away with 17:09 here in the first.
Raftis let that one rip, just went right into the glove. Indiana getting some shots off here.
Garrett, a good start so far. I mean, getting the offensive zone. Last night we saw the Buckeyes, the first about 4 minutes of the game, just completely dominate the offensive zone. Not the case here tonight, as Chambers able to tie this one up. It's sent back to Raftis. Here's Michelle in the near side wing. Michelle gives it off to Chambers. Chambers stick handles. He'll send it to Raftis. Raftis fires this one. Deflected and saved away. Wazalowski saw that one the whole way, made the save.
That one just dropped down into the leather right there, standing up. Wazalowski holds it.
Again, Konstantinos Raftis holds it. He'll dump it in the near side wall as it rims all the way around to Andrew Chambers. Chambers will get pressured by two red sweaters, both of the Buckeyes. Andrew Owen steps in to help. Owen drives towards the net. He'll put this one on the pad, trying to wrap around, and that's stopped away. As a centering pass there for the Buckeyes, able to clear it out into neutral ice. Delayed offsides, they'll have a second to regroup in their own end. This one deflected. Icing the call will go back in the Buckeye zone. And Garrett, the Buckeyes just don't seem to have much options right now, as the Hoosiers' forecheck has been pretty precise so far. They've been all over them, and the breakout passes have just not been there.
We've seen that aggressive play on the forecheck pretty much every game this season. Indiana trying to use it to their advantage. They forced Ohio State into a couple giveaways in their own zone already and trying to get some shots off them here.
Castricane is about to take this against Carter Wilk. Wilk will win it back. It'll be picked up on the far side by Marcel Gothland as it's sent back in deep. Castricane turns on the Jets, just not enough there. It makes it out to neutral ice as McKay throws on the brakes. They'll scan for options, cross the red line, and they'll dump it in deep. First one on the scene there to chase Ian Smith, and he's still pressuring down below. Castricane steals it away. He'll try to drive to the slot as this puck frees up. Luke Slavin in the far side corner sends this back to the point. It's Matt McKay. McKay has it taken away from him, and here come the Buckeyes, a 2-on-1. This one a centering pass. Gaffney fires this one. It strikes nothing but glass. Here will be Nick Castricane. He'll avoid a hit there, and this time taken away. Once again picked up by Carrerio. This will be Will kicker, as he'll give it off to Smith. Smith to Hawkins. Hawkins tried to find Ben Rosenberg. Just a little behind him there, couldn't connect. Jack Hawkins swings in. He'll fall over, losing an edge. Quickly back to his feet. He'll regain possession. Hawkins looking for options. Has nothing but time. As he'll send it. Connect with Aiden Simino. Simino connects over to Rosenberg as it's now slows him down. Up into the net, Garrett.
Yeah, they found the stretch pass on the far side there, right by the penalty box to Simino, and Sim had a heck of a game yesterday. He's on quite the hot streak, Goose. 11 goals coming into today. He's been incredible.
Sim's had 2 goals in his last 5 games. An impressive stat. We'll see if he can continue his streak here tonight. As this is the second game of a 2-game set between the Buckeyes and the Hoosiers. Jack Hawkins takes a little bit of collision there. As it's now picked up by Griffin Timmons. Timmons try to clear out there. As Ben Rosenberg will make a pass to Simino. Simino drives. He'll send this one towards the net. A backdoor pass trying to find Rosenberg. Rosenberg still in possession. He'll send one right across the slot. A Buckeye defender without a stick. Looks to be Michael Kudish once again. As Jake Rock picks it up, he'll give it over to Raftis. Raftis will have a skate as he drives in the slot. He'll fire this one, it's saved away. Thomas Wazalowski once again stands tall for the Buckeyes. And good job there by Tinos as he noticed he had the open lane. Took a skate and put a good quality shot there. That's good defense there.
So far in the shot department, Ohio State only gotten a couple opportunities, but they've been some quality ones. They had a breakaway on Billis that they shot over the crossbar, and Indiana looking to up their total here.
This one will be passed down to Ethan DiLorenzo. Saw D'Lo with 2 goals as well last night. Paul McClure tries to slow this down. Puck still spinning like a top. Finally ends up on the stick of Rosenberg, quickly stolen away. And now here's Raftis again moving the other way. He'll move across the blue line, fire this one, that's padded away. As DiLorenzo went in for a hit, he just missed. Brandenburg fires this one, it's deflected wide. DiLorenzo picks up speed as he goes to pick it up. One of the Buckeyes loses a glove. Right in front of their bench, a swarm of red. As it slows down to Will Jeremy. Now Matt McKay holds it. McKay possessions, he'll go forward the back door there. Very close, but no cigar. Ooh. Matt McKay sends it back. So DiLorenzo laying a big check, and the arm flies up in the air immediately as he'll touch it up. The Hoosiers will go back to the box once again.
Yeah, DiLorenzo looked like he was just a tad late, ended up lining him up on the numbers into the boards there, but you like the aggression, just mistimed the hit a little bit.
And the call on D'Lo is going to be a 2-minute minor for a check from behind. 12:57 here in the first. Will Kicker tries to possess there. Like the puck got stuck under the official for a moment. Matt McKay slams on the brakes quickly. And Kicker flyers it down. A saucing pass that makes it all its way down 200 feet. And tripping will be the call. I'm not sure what happened. It will be good against the Buckeyes. It looks to be Valentino Carrerio.
Yeah, Indiana will take that. Now a 4-on-4.
And the trip, yeah, it just spoils their own power play. So we'll have a minute 46 of 4-on-4 even strength play.
I didn't even see where the
that was way behind the play.
There.
I mean, the last thing I saw was Will Kicker icing it down, but it'll be Luke Slavin and Nick Castricane, the 2 forecheckers out there for the Hoosiers, the guys on offense. As Matt McKay gives it up to Slavin. Slavin loses an edge as it makes its way down to Castricane. Oh, this one shot on net deflected just a little wide. That came from Matt McKay, the senior. As here's Castricane. He'll have a skate. Castricane fires this one right to the glove of Wazalowski. And another stoppage of play here with 12:17 in the first.
We've seen Indiana strike early and often this season through the first 5+ games, Goose. We've seen goals in the first minute, goals in the first couple minutes, and none yet so far as we approach 8 minutes played, but they're knocking on the door.
McKay puts on the jukes. He'll give it over. Castricane, he'll take a look in this one, fired away, and another blocker save there.
Oh, no.
Now the Buckeyes the other way. This one shot blocked away by Bill. It's a huge save against Dylan Smith. Matt McKay scanning for options. This time he'll connect with Castricane off the wall. Cash, as they call him, tried putting on the brakes there, make a move, but he got stopped short on the toe drag. Now for the Buckeyes, this is Jakes. As Jakes falls to one knee. This will be Griffin Timmons now moving the other way. Timmons goes to the far side, nobody there, as it banks all the way back to Luke Slavin. Garrett, the Frank Southern arena with a much smaller neutral zone than most that we see. Really an advantage for the Hoosiers that they get to practice here all week long. Teams like the Buckeyes aren't used to it, and it's a little different with the breakout.
Indiana's home record the past 3+ seasons has been remarkable. I can only remember a handful of games that they've lost here at the Frank.
And those neutral zone turnovers really can come back to bite you here at the Frank with such a short neutral zone. As this centering pass deflected away by Rosenberg. The freshman forward has that taken away, and quickly he steals it right back, a 3-on-3 the other way.
Indiana with a short little power play too.
Rosie, a centering pass, trying to find DiLorenzo. D'Lo, he'll put on the brakes, trying to spin the other way. This will now be Williamson. McClure holds the line. Paul McClure fires this one, and blockered away, put back down. They'll whistle this one dead, as Wesolowski made yet another save. He's off to a good start tonight for the Buckeyes. Speaking of the Buckeyes, they're wearing all reds with the red helmets, red gloves, red shells. And the Hoosiers, not to be confused, are wearing red helmets, red shells as well, but with the black and white trim jerseys.
Same uniform combo we saw in last night's game as well.
And I don't know, with some post-whistle action there, we'll see a penalty here going against the Buckeyes. And they're going to sit down Liam St. Pierre, a native of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Well, it looked like a couple Buckeyes went after Paul McClure after he crashed the net. It didn't look like he was touching the goalie at all, but perhaps that had something to do with it. And I think they're saying he might not be the one who's supposed to be in there.
That could be the case, but you can almost see Coach Kyle Ahrens of the Buckeyes asking, I can't believe it. He has no idea what just happened there, but his team's going to now be shorthanded for 2 minutes. And the Hoosiers' power play has been pretty strong so far this year. We'll see if they can get anything going here. And quickly now the Buckeyes are 1-0. Sam Gaffney. Gaffney a breakaway, shot high, deflected wide and out of play. Billis, another huge save. And already the second or third breakaway we've seen. The Buckeyes have had some fast breaks so far.
Yeah, Sammy looked like he got a little piece of that one, but really the Buckeyes on these breakaways haven't even been putting the puck close to the net. Billis had a couple saves where they shot it at his chest and he was able to get the blocker up, but that one didn't really look close.
Jerami leaves it off. This will be Matt McKay. McKay will rim it all the way around, trying to find DiLorenzo. It just slips past him as Aiden Simino almost held it in, but sent down once again by Gaffney. He's been all over this power play so far. Penalty kill, rather, for the Buckeyes, as DiLorenzo makes his way across the blue line of the Buckeyes. Gaffney able to chip it down. This will now be Will Jerami, as Jeremy sends it back to the point. McKay holds it for a moment. He'll give it right back. Jeremy sends it right back once again to McKay. Some pitch and catch action there. DiLorenzo gives it off to Rosenberg. This one deflected. Back to the point. One-time shot from Jeremy. Patted away once again. Now down to just 45 seconds in the power play. DiLorenzo receives another pass. Put an extra move on there. Couldn't get a shot on. And once again, the Buckeyes the other way.
Wesolowski ever able to cover the post with a second to spare. A split second to spare, rather, as the one-time opportunity for Jeremy. He was able to come up with the save, and Indiana gets caught offsides.
I didn't see exactly who it was, but yeah, one guy got ahead early, and Rosenberg was about to start a 3-on-1 as he was about to cross the blue line. As this is now 1. Luke Slavin receives it. He'll give it off to Tinos Raftis. Raftis gives it off. This time will be held by Nick Casricane. Raftis sends it over. Andrew Owen. Raftis sends this one towards the net. This one deflected high and wide. Wesolowski had no idea where that one went. Raftis sends it over. Casricane tried a one-time attempt there and just whiffed for a moment. Ben Byron clears it out. Slavin scoops it up as he'll work across the blue paint. Slavin still with possession of the puck. Rims it all the way around. As nobody there, Tinos Raftis has to retreat back to the neutral zone to pick it up.
Not the worst thing for Indiana there, just reset it.
Andrew Chambers gives it off to Slavin. Slavin, a nice touch pass there to the middle. He'll connect with Steve Wheatley. Stevie now still battles for it in the near side corner. As Chambers gets pressed up along the glass. Once again, Chambers with possession. He'll send it back down to Steve Wheatley. A centering pass to Michelli. Just couldn't get through the traffic there. It's slowed down now. Some physicality. The arm flies up, and quickly the Buckeyes once again head back to the box.
Yeah,
McClure, you hear Coach Weiss yell, "Leave it," for that very purpose.
McClure got yanked down by his horse collar, it looked like there, and there's going to be another penalty on the Buckeyes, I believe.
Yeah, it should be right away. I saw the back official see that. It'll be Christian Edwards, who was hitting up high, and the official call will be holding. 2-minute minor. And the Hoosiers are going to get yet another chance on the power play. As this puck's won back over to Matt McKay. This will be Andrew Owen, just able to hold the line. Owen gives it off to McKay. McKay sends it over to Casricane. Casricane gives it off to McKay once more. McKay, pass, trying to connect with Owen. That was in his skates. Once again, able to gain possession. The Hoosiers just have not been able to work it down below. Buckeyes pressuring hard. Owen will get pressed along the glass. Here's Matt McKay.
He's swinging that lumber around
really
pretty aggressively.
Rock still with it. A centering pass there. Tried to connect with a fellow freshman, Andrew Owen.
I mean, he took an overhand chop. That one might get called if he does it again.
If he connects, yeah. This will be Owen. This will be the first one on the scene. He'll get collided with. As it bounces its way out of the zone.
Already more than halfway through the power play. Indiana struggling to get something going.
Billis trying to take that. Seaman fires one. This one blockered away. And here's Ben Rosenberg. Rosenberg perched on the Jets as he'll cut towards the middle. So now slow down. He gives it off to Jeremy. Jeremy drives towards the net. This one saved away off a Buckeye. Still free down below. And finally saved away. Like DiLorenzo got pushed down to the ice after the whistle by Cantini. Garrett, so far 0-0 the score on the board, and this game so far a lot much slower paced than yesterday was between the energy of the crowd and the players themselves both. It seems like everyone's a little tired today.
Yeah, I was about to mention the energy of the players. Both teams looking like they're still trying to wake up a little bit, get going into this game, but fortunately for Indiana, it's still scoreless.
As Jeremy steps in for the draw. It'll now be possessed by Rosenberg. He'll give it back. Still 14 seconds to work on the power play. As Rosie gives it right back to Germs. Up to the point, it's DiLorenzo now. DiLorenzo receives a perfect pass. He'll send this one towards the net. Goes a little wide as the Buckeyes return a man to the ice. We're back at even strength, 5-on-5. As it's now stolen away, fresh out of the box by Edwards. A big collision. Multiple bodies fly down. And the official flies right into the play. He's going to say knee contact. I'm assuming against the Hoosiers. Like a collision of 3 players just at the blue line.
They're going to get Tinos here.
As Raftis will sit for 2. They'll say he was the one that made contact with knee-to-knee on Edwards. Still 5:10 to play here in the first. We've seen a ton of penalties so far. I believe 3 or 4 aside as Griffin Timmons rims this one. Could hit the pad of the Indiana Hoosier bench that just hangs on the ice. I think that's what the reason for that last whistle was there. So we'll reset the other dot this time, as Chambers will step in and take it against Carter Wilk.
Indiana definitely taking more penalties than they would like to in this first period. Been on the kill for the majority of it now.
As Chambers gets pressed along the glass by a few Buckeyes. It's sent back to the point. Possessed now by Byron. Wilk getting pressured once again by Chambers just in front of the Hoosier bench. I take that back, that's Brandenburg. Now Chambers steps in to help. As the Buckeyes, this one shot on net, saved away by Billis. It's slowed back down, possessed by Kudish. Kudish tries sending in Brandenburg. A nice save with his stick. Kudish, a second chance opportunity, loose in front. Billis makes a save as he puts the glove right on it. We see him time and time again protecting his net at the big times, especially when there's a loose puck down below. You rarely see Billis let those up.
Yeah, and we saw these Buckeye skaters run into Billis on several occasions in the game yesterday, and he wasn't getting too happy about it. So we'll see if we see any retaliation from Sammy today if they get close to him.
As Matt McKay has a little rub off in the far side corner. He'll push Jakes against the boards. McKay gets pressured by 2 Buckeyes. He'll hit the ice hard as it now makes its way to the point. This one shot on net, loose down below. Kicker comes up with it as he'll try to clear it out. It's held back in by Williamson. McKay still holding it. Just 34 seconds left to go on the kill. A broken stick for a Buckeye. And back to the point it goes. Palkin gives it off. Held now by Williamson. Williamson tries to drive around the net. Scanning for options. A centering pass towards the back door, saved away.
Indiana's got a lot of bodies in the crease right now that they don't want there.
Once again, Plankin held possession with that. Now down to just 5 seconds on the power play for the Buckeyes. It'll be picked up by Connor Williamson. Williamson, a centering pass. Once again, Palkin fires this one. Some traffic in the way, didn't get through. Here's Nick Castorcane. He just lost that as he'll dump it in deep. They'll go to work. As Slavin, the first one on the scene, lays a nice hit in the near side corner. Will be picked up and sent off the boards as the Buckeyes try to break out. Slavin receives this pass to the top of the circle. He'll drive in with a backhand. This one shot just to the outside of the cage. A good look from him. Timmons gives it over to Hawkins. Hawkins towards the middle.
Ooh.
Nearly connected with Castorcane and then Slavin, but bounced off both of their sticks. Smith gives it off to Castorcane. Cass drives in.
Is that between the legs?
It might have just been.
Castorcane got stuck right in front of the net, and it looked like he tried to go between the legs on that one.
And a good effort there. Kept driving towards the net. The second chance opportunities is what we see all the time from the Hoosiers, is you win the 50-50 battles. Officials discussing right now. Like that broken stick might have still been in our corner, way off to the right, out of your picture, as the official will go scoop it up. just before he'll drop the puck. All right, 2:26 here in the first. As the Hoosiers will win it back. Hawkins fires this one, try to go towards the back door. It deflects just wide. As now held on, Castricane lays the lumber there. Steve Wheely almost had that. Take that back, that was Smitty, Ian Smith. As Castricane tried to start the cycle there down below. It just makes its way out to neutral ice as Hawkins scoops it up. Hawkins works to the near side as he'll fling this one. And it'll go for an icing just out of the reach of Nick Castricane. No one touched it. So we'll go back to the Hoosiers end and have a face-off to the right of Billis. We're just under the 2-minute mark of the first. And Garrett, this period's kind of flown by.
It's been eventful, but still no tallies on the scoreboard or on the ceiling tracker, I might add.
Yeah, no pucks to the roof yet in the rafters. We haven't seen any of those. We've seen a few hit the net out of play, but that's been about it. As Castricane will win this puck back. It'll be Jack Hawkins, the sophomore defenseman. As he'll fling it down, this one on target for the net. Slavin tried to there, going for a rebound, but just covered away by Wesolowski. And Garrett, even the plays like that where Hawkins knows the height of the ceiling now, he's been here enough to know that he's got to keep the puck under a certain length, but be able to get it over the defenders' bodies.
Either that or thread the needle. We've seen that happen a few times too.
As this one flies up in the air. Raftis brings it back down to the ice. The Buckeyes clear it out to neutral ice. Delayed offsides. The Hoosiers will have one moment to reset in their own end. This will be McClure carrying it. McClure crosses the red line at neutral ice, and he'll dump it in deep. As the Hoosiers now start the pressure, Brandenburg lays a nice check. It once again frees up to neutral ice as Raftis slows it down. He'll try to connect with Brandenburg. However, Cantini will be the first one holding it. As offsides will be the call. One of those weird plays, a change of possession right at the blue line. Whistle dead. 1:10 left to go here. Once again in the first. As the Hoosiers just have not been able to fully set up their offensive zone as they were last night. Especially in the power play, Garrett, you mentioned, but even back to 5-on-5 even strength, they have not had the opportunities they had last night. And the Buckeyes defense has really tightened up since last night. As McKay will dance here on the blue line. He'll give it off. Backdoor pass from Jeremy. Just didn't make its way through.
The Buckeyes have done a great job blocking shots early on too.
We're down to just 45 seconds. As Will Kicker will give it off. Jeremy's pass connects this time to Ethan DiLorenzo. D'Lo, as some call him, will drive across the blue line. Trying to possess some offense there and get it in deep. They stop just short in front of the Buckeye bench. Jeremy will cross right and left and right again as he'll try to drive. DiLorenzo had that just stripped away from him as he tried driving towards the net.
They ran into each other, unfortunately, DiLorenzo and Jeremy.
And Seaman fires this one. Sent back down to the ice by Will Kicker's right glove. Just 10 seconds now as the Buckeyes possess in the offensive zone. And this one flies up and strikes rafters. Start the counter again, Garrett. We're at 1. Well, just 4.4 seconds left to go. The Buckeyes will have one more opportunity here, and unless the Hoosiers are able to win this back and just freeze it behind the net. Chambers will win it back. He'll now just press it against the glass as we hear the buzzer ring, signifying the end of our first 20 minutes. We're a third of the way through the game. 0-0 our score. Garrett, we'll send it off to Owen McDonough for the first period intermission break and join you live back for period 2 in just about 12 to 15 minutes. We'll take a brief break here on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network.
Welcome back, folks, to the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. We're here at the first intermission, scoreless through 20, thanks to the goaltenders Weslowski for the Ohio State Buckeyes and Billis for the Indiana Hoosiers. We've seen a numerous amount of penalties for both sides here, even resulting on a 4-on-4, but the goaltenders have been rock solid so far, keeping things knotted up at 0. For the Hoosiers, we've seen the line of Simoneau, Jerami, and DiLorenzo be quite stellar so far. They aren't hitting on all of their passes, but they've been able to get shots towards the net quite efficiently, and they're making the goaltender uncomfortable. We told them earlier to come out firing, and they are. They have 1 shots on goal through 20 minutes, and we'll look for them to continue doing that tonight. The Hoosiers are missing on their passes and are somewhat relying on their solo opportunities here, so we look for them to make tape-to-tape passes and be more disciplined and patient in the offensive zone. The game has been getting chippy, and I'm sure the Hoosiers are getting under the Ohio State Buckeyes' skin, as we've seen a little bit of taunting going on from yesterday's matchup carrying on over here tonight. For the Buckeyes, we told them to come out and be aggressive. They did so exactly that. They are probably happy with the start through 20, keeping things tied at 0. They're excited to get back on the ice for the second period, and we'll see them come out and be aggressive just like they've been through 80 minutes so far this weekend. We'll be back in a few with Garrett and Goose for the call for the puck drop of the second period.
Welcome back for period number 2 as the Hoosiers make their way back onto the ice. Zamboni did the resurfacing, and we're all ready to go. It's again 0-0 our score. A fresh 20 minutes will go up on the board. And after all the penalties in the first period, we'll see if both teams start to get a little more disciplined after they went to the room and the coaches gave their feedback. Excuse me.
It's that kind of weekend, Goose. Weather's changing. Everybody's getting a little cold going on.
Yeah,
tough to keep the vocal cords going.
It has been cold here in Bloomington, a lot more cold than we've seen the last few weeks. So
I was feeling a little bit last night towards the end of the game, but fortunately we get to switch off. Got a nice system going, so keep it light tonight.
Jeremy will win it back, and we're officially underway for period 2 as DiLorenzo gives it up to Patrick Brandenburg. Brandy will get collided with into the glass. As it's sent up the wing by the Buckeyes, nearly stolen away as it makes its way free to Will Kicker. Kicker loses an edge. It's stolen away by the Buckeyes. Shot on net and saved away by the Patabilis. Backdoor opportunity, loose and covered away. No goal. And almost unbelievable that didn't go in.
And the Buckeye players very furious that the whistle was blown right there as the puck was just skittering around the blue paint. It was still loose, but the officials lost track of it, and we've seen that happen to the Hoosiers a few times as well, so we know what it feels like.
Absolutely we do. And we mentioned this last night too, Garrett, but after the Zamboni, it seems like he's been putting a lot of water out there this year. Sometimes you see pucks just stick early on in the period before the ice fully settles down. No NHL with the shovels out there getting off the loose ice. Squeegees. It's just the Frank Southern Ice Arena. We love it.
It's got its benefits, and we love it for what it is.
Absolutely. As this will be sent to the far side wall. The Hoosiers tag up, and the Buckeyes will now start to work up ice. This pass is just out of the reach of Daniel Seaman as Will Kicker rims it all the way around. It makes its way back to the point. This one shot on and saved away. Sammy Billis once again stands tall. That shot coming from the big defender, Andrew Jakes.
And Goose, I don't know if we've seen a game be still tied 0-0 at the end of the first period this entire season.
I think you're right, Garrett. This is the first one we've seen with 2 donuts up on the board. Donuts and goose eggs, as some say.
I'm sure you would like to say that, wouldn't you?
As a matter of fact, I would. As Griffin Timmons steps up there, he'll steal it away. Now Ben Rosenberg will give it off to Jack Hawkins. Hawkins starts skating up ice, and he'll give it up to Simoneau. Rosenberg drives towards the net. That's sticked away. Looked to be. Cantini once again on the play as it makes its way up to Griffin Timmons. Timmons gives it back down below. Rosenberg will hold on to it for a moment. Looking for options. Tried to start a cycle there, didn't have an idea, but a Buckeye was right behind him. Stick handling his way around is Kudish.
And Goose, we can still see plenty of moisture on the ice as well. Some sitting water that we've seen some players slipping and not being able to corral the puck, as this is going to be an icing against the Buckeyes.
And we're already 2 minutes into the period too. So ice has had a few moments to clear down, but starting to settle in. Very shiny though. This will be Ben Rosenberg taking it against Edwards as he'll win it back. Timmons, as we just mentioned, that puck got stuck in the ice right behind the net of Billis. As Timmons rims it off. He'll connect to Hawkins as Hawkins went for a centering pass. It will not make it all the way down. Rosenberg forestrikes hard. This one nearly made its way on net as the Buckeyes start to cycle in their own end and try the breakout. Jack Camp got collided with there as Rosenberg's backhand pass will connect up with Hawkins. Hawkins will send it in deep and go for a change. Big hit along the near side wall. As it'll now be McClure. McClure fires this one. Tried to go high short side and saved away by Wesolowski once again. A
got
good look from him.
He got some good speed on that shot and put it above the shoulder. Wesolowski able to kind of stand up a little bit and get the glove up there as well. Both netminders playing very well to start this one as well. That's part of the reason why it's 0-0.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
There's been opportunities.
And a goaltending change tonight for the Buckeyes as they had Beck in last night, Mike Beck that is. However, Thomas Wesolowski tonight. And we've got a 0-0 game through the first 23 minutes of this contest. It'll be shot back down in by Andrew Owen. Chambers recollects. As he'll try to send it down. I think it hit a referee's skate. This one will now deflect high. As this puck frees up, Drew Michelli still battles for it. Michelli gives it off. Chambers drives towards the net. He'll get pressed along the glass as Owen receives it. Owen, a backdoor pass, trying to find Raftis. Stopped away by the pad, a nice stuff. As it rims all the way around, Raftis will step into pinch. Now Chambers will chase. It'll be given off as it's carried up by Hunter Corna. Hunter Corna will get chucked along the glass as Ian Smith does a toe drag there. Smith, the freshman forward, nearly had a great opportunity there, but was stripped away by a Buckeye. McClure gets spun around as it's now possessed by Andrew Jakes. Jakes' pass went all the way down, missing any of his teammates or a Hoosier, which means icing's the call, 200 feet back.
Buckeyes try to get a change in.
Try to get a quick one there, and the referees say not right now. Enforcing the rules, the finest of the game, the Zebras. Castricane. Start to chase. He'll once again possess. We'll give it off to Kicker. Kicker's pass just missed Matt McKay a little wide. As Luke Slavin will get pressed along the glass. Smith now trying to dig it out. It'll be Corna. As Corna gets checked in the glass pretty hard by Slavin. Centering pass will connect up, and the other way moves Gadalawan and the rest of the Buckeyes as he'll get stripped down to the ice as well. Falling down was Will Kicker. It frees up as Kicker possesses. He'll give it up to McKay. The two deep partners work well with it. As this one frees up, Kicker able to clear it out of the zone as it bounces all its way down. Castricane wins the 50-50 battle. A shot and rebound still loose. As Slavin recollects, he'll send it up the wing. Timmons steps in. A good pinch there by him. As here's Jeremy. Jeremy, a backdoor pass, trying to find Slavin just a little wide. As McKay fires this one, also deflected. This one strikes end boards. As Timmons will hold it down. Here come the Buckeyes the other way. Just dumped in deep by Cantini. As Hawkins will play with it in the far side corner. Will connect to Griffin Timmons. As he flings it out. Oh, Slavin lays a nice hit on Daniel Seaman there. As this one's chipped off the glass. And here comes now Slavin the other way. A 3-on-1 for the Hoosiers. Centering pass to DiLorenzo. He'll go top left and score! Ethan DiLorenzo. With 14:07 in the second, the Hoosiers strike first and break the deadlock. D'Lo with 2 goals last night continues his hot streak with another today.
And Goose right there, the Ohio State D-man only had one choice. He had to choose which pass he wanted to go after. And I believe it was that Slavin who was down there?
I think Slavin was the first one on the scene.
Yeah,
that was the original puck carrier into the zone, made the pass across.
He held it plenty of time, made the defender dive down, and then found D'Lo, and he put it top shelf.
And great poise with the puck there by DiLorenzo, scanning for options, waiting for Wesolowski to move, and as soon as he went down to the pad, D'Lo shot top left. Nothing but net. As the Buckeyes now try to work out of their zone. will have a hooking minor. This one is going to go against the Hoosiers, if I'm not mistaken, and Brandenburg is going to head back to the box again this evening rather.
Ohio State going to the man advantage here, trailing by a goal, and the Indiana penalty kill looked solid today, as it does always, but especially with the lead, they can get a little frisky here.
Chambers and Michelli will be the first two forecheckers, as kicker will be joined alongside Matt McKay. These four have been out there so far as PK unit number 1, as the Buckeyes regain possession in neutral ice.
The only thing that's unfortunate, Goose, is Brandenburg is usually the guy who's flying around the ice on the penalty kill, and he's the one in the box right now, so looks like Michelli's going to fill that role.
It's wheeling up the near side just in front of us was Sam Gaffney. Will make its way all the way back to Michael Kudish, as he'll stand behind his own net for a moment before starting to skate. We'll connect up to Cantini, who will just fire it all the way around. Awaiting that was Carrerio. As sent back to the point. Buckeyes try to set up the umbrella. As moving around, they'll try to drive in. This shot goes just high, a little wide off target. Simoneau pushed a man down to the ice. Hawkins uses the backhand, trying to clear it out there. Chambers a second chance. And the Buckeyes able to still hold the line. As Carrerio gets pressed along the glass. Simoneau's going to hold it for a moment. Here's McKay. McKay crosses the blue line. He'll drive towards the net. Shot from the slot, missed just wide. A centering pass. Sim open in front. A great save there by Wesolowski, as Sim was left wide open in the front in the slot and just couldn't bury it there. Tried to go 5-hole.
Looking for a shorty.
Nearly had one, but
they got close a couple times there.
McKay had his head up there on the rush and realized what was going on. Got his own rebound and even found Sim for a great opportunity.
Last season, Goose, Indiana started 0 for 27 on the power play, and they had more shorthanded goals than power play goals at one point.
They did at one point. That
by a wide margin.
Very crazy. But a squad of very aggressive penalty killers make it very hard for teams' power plays to really set up, as all the stick lanes are always covered, and these guys just keep moving out there. They're doing something right.
We're back
and once again, they kill another one for Castricane, still swooping in the neutral zone. As the Buckeyes tag up Griffin Timmons, and the pack will have a moment to regroup. This connects up to Simoneau, as he'll give it right back. This one's shoveled in deep by Andrew Owen, as Castricane is going to go in there. He'll be the first one to get to work. Ian Smith gives it off. Here's Slavin driving towards the end. A backdoor pass. Shot score! Ian Smith! How about that? His first goal as a Hoosier. And another rookie tallies their first goal. Congrats, Smitty. And the Hoosiers now jump out to a 2-goal lead. A backdoor pass fed by Slavin. I believe he's got 2 assists on the night, and he set up both those goals perfectly this period. And just like that, a 2-goal lead.
And the Hoosiers are just crashing the net with reckless abandon right now, Goose. They're gobbling up every rebound that they get the opportunity to, and they get those passes across the crease as well. Get some golden opportunities out of them, and they've already capitalized on a couple.
And Garrett, now that's multiple times the Buckeyes have left unregistered guys up in front of the slot, and back-to-back opportunities right there. Now they're down 2. Definitely some more energy now after the last few goals, as Castricane buzzes now. Slavin able to hold the line. He'll get dropped down. Castricane avoid a big hit there. And here's Smith in the far side corner. Just fresh off his first goal. He's got to be feeling pretty good now. As McClure steps in the pinch, his pass will connect down to Castricane. Back to the point, it's Raftis. Raftis moves it on. Castricane gives it back to Raftis. Raftis fires this one high Wrist shot there, a little over the net. Slavin reconnects. A centering pass there, perfect for Smith again. Just a little off the mark, he was late there. And now the Buckeyes move the other way. This one a high shot on net, saved back away. It came from Gatlin.
He's grabbing his face mask back there. McClure got his cage yanked off.
And McClure's cage came undone. They're going to blow the play dead. Weird play there for sure. I kind of saw that. And luckily McClure didn't get hurt there as his cage was dangling. He got pressed into the glass. Lucky for him, he didn't get injured there, especially his face. You never know. This will be the Buckeyes now. Shot in deep by Wilk. Matt McKay will start to work the other way. Rosenberg's pass just misses Simoneau by a hair. Icing will be the call as he was behind the red line.
And Goose, it looks like Coach Bergman has been tasked with trying to get his cage back on over on the bench.
You see a screwdriver in hand. He's quickly moving that thing. Righty-tighty. Coach Bergman's always ready for anything.
I guess that's the good thing about having the windshield, if you will, is players can't really grab it or yank it off.
As the Buckeyes will now start driving in. Torn down to the ice there was Kudish. As it's stolen away in the slot. Shot deflected high. Up into the rafters and out of play. Here, I don't know if I ever saw that puck come down. That one might be lost in the ceiling for good.
Yeah, it looks like it went up toward the area where the disco ball is up there.
That's a story for another time, the disco ball here at the Frank.
Might have found a home.
As the Bucks win it back. This one shot almost tipped on net. A good look there from the point. As Michelle able to chip it out. He found Chambers, who tried to find Owen. Oh, and a centering pass nearly found Michelle streaking towards the net. And just missed him. Skating now with it. It's Andrew Owen. Ace, as some of his teammates call him. Gets it back down. Timmons fires this one, a low shot. Loose in front by Michelle, nearly capitalized there. Second chance opportunity saved away by Wesolowski.
This game's flying by, Goose, already. It's only been a little over an hour since puck drop, and we're more than halfway through the second period, so quick pace tonight.
This will be Andrew Chambers stepping in for the draw. He'll fall down to the ice as well as Edwards. And now a 2-on-2, the Buckeyes the other way. Carried in by Camp. Jack Camp missed the net by a few feet there. Now coming up with is Edwards. Edwards fires this one, a weird angled shot. And skating now the other way is Jack Hawkins. Hawkins gives it to Michelle. Michelle to Chambers. Chambers fires this one, it deflected off a Buckeye stick. As it's tipped wide. McClure had to race back. He got on his horse, and it'll be Jack Hawkins who scoops it up. McClure off the boards to Owen. Owen's pass. McClure, a nice stick lift. He'll skate the other way. A weird angle shot just off the pad, saved away. Raptors fires this one high and whistled.
It's going to be a high stick, I think, on McClure.
And I believe the Hoosiers might be going to the box once again. Maybe too many men. It looked like that was the signal the official gave. And I think that's going to be the case.
You're right. Kicker's going over there, it looks like.
So Will Kicker's going to serve. I take that back.
Maybe not.
I take that back. Take that back.
Wheatley?
Steve Wheatley's going to go serve the 2-minute bench minor for too many men. That's going to come with 7:50 here in the second. And just an unfortunate circumstance there as the bench is right there, so close, right there in the offensive zone. And the Hoosiers just wrong place, wrong time. So they're going to have to kill it off again. As Brandenburg out there this time. Tried to give it over to Chambers. Chambers is going to slow it down. He'll give it to McKay. McKay tries driving in. Still with the puck on his stick. Still holding it. He just went through 4 Buckeyes. It's Chambers. A poke check there. He'll press down the other number 9 on the ice, who is Max Robbins. Brandenburg down below in the corner. And Garrett, you mentioned when he was in the box last time. There he is. Anywhere the puck's at, he's there too. As he'll now receive this one. Brandy works his way in. He'll start driving towards that. A backhanded shot, try to go high. Saved away by Wesolowski.
Yeah, Brandy flying around the ice, able to get a shot on net there, and penalty kill off to a good start.
And a weird angled shot there from the backhand especially. Really tough shot for Thomas Wesolowski to make the save, but he was able to trap it against his body and hold it in tight. Buckeyes only with 4 out there waiting for the 5th. It'll be Connor Williamson who will go join the pack. As Michelle able to win it back to Jack Hawkins, it just makes its way out of the zone. Hawkins sends it right back, and Michelle able to clear it out. Down to just 1 minute left to go on the kill as Hawkins steps up to take it. Here's Andrew Owen.
Nice.
Thought about for a moment, he'll retreat back to his own end and take some more time off the clock.
That's a smart play there by the freshman Andrew Owen.
Hawkins will play pitch and catch to Griffin Timmons, and it almost appeared that the Hoosiers are on a power play, only in their defensive zone.
That's not good.
And this one just bounced off Hawkins' stick. They'll send it back to the way as Timmons scoops it up. Timmons pressured hard. He'll rim it all the way, 200 feet, the length of the ice, and a clear. So the Hoosiers will get a clear and a line change, as the Buckeyes will only have about 15 seconds left to go on the man advantage. A great back check there. Brandenburg takes out not only Williamson, but the referee as well. And hopefully the referee's all right. As Timmons will work in the far side corner playing defense. The Hoosiers return a man to the ice for back to 5-on-5, even strength. Chambers on the forehand. He'll chip it off the boards, and it makes its way to Hawkins. Jack Hawkins flings it up as it slows down to Chambers, a 3-on-2. Chambers, a centering pass towards the back door, just missed wide. As it's now carried once again by Connor Williamson. He'll get bumped into the penalty box door, as it'll now be carried up the other way by the Hoosiers. Raftis scoops it up. He'll make the pass, trying to find Jake Rock. As here's McClure working from left to right. McClure gets hit pretty hard.
Lost his stick too.
As he'll re-grab that, and the Buckeyes take it away. Rock able to hold the point as he'll start driving towards the inside of the zone. A centering pass there. Raftis stepped up, made a good play. It could have been another breakaway for the Bucks. Carriero's just hanging out in neutral ice right now, looking for a fast break. Rock torn down to the ice, and just as I mentioned, here's Carriero the other way. A one-on-one, a backhanded shot saved away by Sammy Billis.
Beautiful save right there by Sammy.
This will be Constantinos Raftis sending it up the boards. As it's settled down, McClure will go scoop it up. He'll give it up to Simoneau. Simoneau, a centering pass connects to Rock. Rock, a one-on-one. He'll send this one high at the net. That one's saved away, sent back down to the ice.
I want to know how many breakaways we've seen Billis save over the past few seasons.
Billis had quite a ton. Here's Williamson the other way. He's stopped in the slot by Wilk Kicker. And now the Hoosiers move the other way. This will be Smith. Smith, this one shot on net, deflected. I'll tell you, Garrett, Castricane almost moving a little too quick there. If he was a second behind, he could have had a perfect rebound chance. One of the fastest guys out there all the time. Nick Castricane. Ian Smith will shovel this one out of his own zone, rather. As the Bucks will send it back in deep. Will Kicker receives this pass. As he'll send it up the boards towards Luke Slavin. Nick Castricane now. He'll put on the jukes. Drives through defender. Castricane bumped off the puck. Possible interference there, maybe. And what we've seen so far this year called.
Looked like a hook at the least.
Regard that. Slavin had that stripped away from him. And Ohio State tried breaking in. Slavin gives a pass over to Hawkins. Hawkins connects to Nick Castricane. He's off to the races. Cash puts on the brakes. A backdoor pass. Wow. What a save there by Wesolowski and Castricane. A great idea there, putting on a 360 centering pass over to Ian Smith, who's already got one tonight.
Yeah, he had the right idea and almost served as a screen for Smith there when he spun around, and Slavin almost got it on the tip in as well, but Wesolowski was able to slap the leather over it.
Very creative play right there. That's what you like to see. And that would have been pretty if it happened. And Will Jeremy strikes and scores. Just like that off the draw. I don't think anyone was expecting that. And just like that, he fired that one far side post. And the Hoosiers now a 3-goal lead. And Germs, he's had a goal in the last 3 games as well.
He made that look pretty easy, didn't he?
He did.
Nonchalant. Chilled through the handshake line. He's like, yeah, let me just flick this one home real quick.
He's been there before. I think D'Lo's saying the same thing to him. Did that go in? All right, did. Absolutely.
Check the game notes.
Well, 2:23. We'll drop it back. And this puck deflects off. It'll be shot in deep by Carrerio. A pass leaks free and saved away. I think Billis made that with his left shoulder. This will now be possessed by Sam Gaffney. He'll have that stripped away. Here's Jack Hawkins the other way. Hawkins, a pass behind his back, going towards DiLorenzo in the slot. It makes its way all the way down. Billis out of his net to play it. A risky play, but able to clear. As DiLorenzo trying to be aggressive there. Here's Jeremy once again. He'll fire this one, trying to go the same spot. Just missed. That deflected high and out of play.
Got the air duct up there. Heard the metal clanging.
I'm not sure if that one got deflected high or not, but wasn't the same shot he had in the last one. 2:23. He was able, once again, far side, right off the draw. As a center, he was just sitting there and he decided to fire it. And just a snipe. Here's Rosenberg. Rosenberg, top right. He'll shoot and score. Right off the draw once again. Rosie. That's where Mama keeps the cookies. Top shelf, Garrett.
You know it. He needs some milk after that one.
That was
Get
sick.
those gains in there.
Complete snipe. And in a matter of a minute, the Hoosiers double their score, up to 4 now. As Ohio State is going to have to really dig deep and try to find something if they're going to change the tone of this game. Jake Rock drives towards the net. He'll send this one a pass that goes just wide. Ohio State the other way. It's going to be Byron. The centering pass there is going to go connect with Aiden Simoneau. Simoneau puts on the brakes. He'll send it back to McClure. McClure had that chip through his legs. As Tinos Raptis was there, able to help for some reinforcements. Both teams battling for it, just 45 seconds to play. Rosenberg comes out with it. Rosie, a backdoor pass, just missed off the stick of Aiden Simoneau. Nearly went in.
That was an incredible save. I think he got that with the shaft of the stick in the offhand there. That was miraculous.
As Simoneau's pass, try to find Jake Rock. A little bouncy. It's finally settled down. And with just 20 seconds left, Tinos Raptis is going to shoot it in deep as the Hoosiers go for one more line change and one more offensive push. Rock skates all the way around the ice. As his shot there got deflected, maybe a pass, deflected high and out of play.
Well, this has been the Will Jeremy period so far. Indiana leading 4-0 now.
Germ's a goal. We saw a nice goal from Rosenberg. Slavin with 2 great assists. Ian Smith, his first collegiate goal. As this one's just freezed up. Like it went under the body of one of the Bucks. Blown out with 1.3 seconds. Coach Weiss is gonna make a bold play here and pull off Sammy Bellis for the last 1 second and put on Ethan DiLorenzo. And
yeah,
I'm assuming they're just gonna have Cass try to shoot this towards the net and just crash as hard as they can.
Well, it wouldn't be physically possible for Ohio State to get the puck down the ice, so I like the thinking there, and that'll do it, Goose.
And just like that, we've got 2 periods in the books, 40 minutes. The last period, 0-0 the score, and just like that, after 20 more minutes, 4-0 in favor of the Hoosiers, Garrett. We'll take another brief break here, send it to Owen, see what his thoughts are on the second period. You've been watching Indiana Hockey on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network here at the second intermission through 40 minutes. After a scoreless first period, we are now in a 4-0 deficit for the Indiana Hoosiers after 40 minutes. First goal of the game came from Ethan DiLorenzo after the top line with Jeremy Slavin and DiLorenzo found themselves on a 3-on-1 breakaway and were able to get it past Wisnowski for the first goal of the game. Very similarly, not too far after, Slavin found Ian Smith on a breakaway to extend the lead up to 2-0. The Hoosiers had a lot of penalty kills so far throughout this game, but Matthew McKay has done a stellar job so far, keeping the puck on his skate, on his stick, and being able to control the puck and keep the possession on the Hoosier side. They've had plenty of shorthanded opportunities, and the penalty kill is not something that we should be worried about at the moment. The third goal of the game was from Jeremy right off of the faceoff. We talked about it in the pregame and in the first intermission. We talked about how the Hoosiers, if they wanted to have a fighting chance in this game, they'd have to win the offensive faceoffs. They've done so tonight, and Jeremy and Rosenberg both scored right off the draws for the third and fourth goals for the Hoosiers. When the Hoosiers win the faceoffs in the offensive zone, they seem to have a very strong idea of what they're going to do right when they get the puck, and they rip it right on. The Hoosiers lead this one 4-0, and if the Buckeyes want to be able to come back, they've got to be able to win the face-off battle here in the third period, and they've got to play with some intensity. With only 20 minutes to go, 4-0 deficit is not easy to come back from. They've got to find a way to get past Billis, and I know it's not easy, but they've got to do their best to find the open man and get open looks. We've got one more period to play, and we'll be back with Garrett and Goose right after the break.
Welcome back for period number 3. And Garrett, I love to say, but the 6th period of the weekend. So these two teams have seen each other for 5 periods already, and this will be the last one. As the rubber biscuit hits the ice, and we're underway for period 3. The Buckeyes will start back in their own end as it connects to Andrew Jakes. He'll get smashed on the near side wall by DiLorenzo as the arm flies up. And a penalty is going to be called, as charging is going to be the call against D'Lo.
He's pleading his case over there, but
D'Lo is pleading his case, but I don't think any judge is going to be able to overturn this one. D'Lo's guilty as charged. Garrett, I don't want to be too picky, but I think this is the only official who's been calling penalties this whole game. Time and time again, regardless. D'Lo slowly skates over to the bench. He'll finally make it, but he makes it to the penalty bench, and 5-on-4 power play for the Bucks. And this could be just what they need to start off the 3rd period if they want to battle back into it. There'll be one back as Will Kicker tried giving it off. A pass to the slot. Waiting, and deflected up high on a play. Great save by Sammy Billis. And taking his time was Dylan Smith. But the Hoosiers clear at the length of the ice. And a delayed penalty once again from that same back official. I think it has to go against the Bucks, if I'm not mistaken. But
they're trying to tell McKay to get in there on the delayed penalty. And
well, we saw this last time too. This one's going to go right against, and the Buckeyes spoil another one of their power plays. This time Dylan Smith. So once again, we'll see 4-on-4 action for 1:29.
Give me a faux. 4
for 4s at Wendy's, Garrett. I'll tell you that. One of the best deals in town.
Oh, believe me, I know. I'm well aware. $5 biggie bag if you're feeling hungry. Or maybe, I don't know, Goose, you ever got 2 4 for 4s?
I don't think so, not yet, no. Maybe Sunday.
I don't know if that's possible or not, but National Burger Day was a pretty good time in Bloomington. I made the trek around, hit Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's.
All the classics.
All the classics.
You probably spent less than $5 and got a bargain too.
Yeah, one of them was a penny.
Oh, can't beat that. Will Kicker tries shoveling it in. It'll be stopped away by Michael Kudish, and he'll try to skate the other way. This pass just a little off the mark. Will finally end up on the stick of Valentino Carrero as he'll fire this one up high. And on a play, a deflection off Matt McKay's stick. I don't know if anyone's even tried today, but I believe there's only been 3. That's how low of a number of rafter shot we've seen today.
Definitely not as many as last night.
Yeah, we'll take it. I mean, this game's just been chugging along, though, Garrett. I mean, yeah, last night there was whistles galore, but not the case today.
Last night the game started at 9:30 and ended at about midnight, but it looks like we're aiming for, I don't know, maybe
a 2-hour game tonight.
9:35. That was a big hit.
Griffin Timmons gets knocked down, but the stick actually flies out of the defender's hand. As battling for it, now down below. With Dan Seaman as he tries flinging it up out of the zone. Will be held back in. As Ohio State will work D to D, just 17 seconds left to go on DiLorenzo's minor penalty. Dancing with it now is Andrew Jakes as he'll get pressured. His pass is stolen away by Rosenberg, now given up to Cash Rakane. Cash puts on a little move between the legs. He'll cut towards the net, and a good shot opportunity there. Just couldn't get it high enough, quick enough. And 25 seconds still to go for the Hoosiers on a power play as DiLorenzo cradles this pass. He'll drop it off for Simoneau. Simoneau drops it off for Jeremy, and it's stolen away by Carrero. Carrero dropped onto the ice, and McKay He's going to get whistled for a penalty. That was a late call. And just like that, another penalty. So they're starting to overlap. What are the odds the Buckeyes get a penalty within the next 2 minutes and keep it going?
Yeah, the doors over there have been getting busy. McKay now goes to the box for Indiana, so it'll be back to 4-on-4 for 8 seconds, and then the Buckeyes will get a power play.
This Will Kicker will be the first one to possess. He'll put on the jukes and start skating the other way. Just in front of us, he'll slow it down and send it rimming all the way around.
Ohio State on the man advantage now,
as it meets up with Pat Brandenburg. The Buckeyes will try to start their breakout for the power play. However, pressuring, Brandenburg steals it away.
Take it back if you don't have anything.
Trying to find Chambers, a little pass there. Nothing doing. As this one intercepted by Hawkins. And now Chambers gives it right back to Hawkins. They'll kill some time as this puck deflects off the boards. A little saucer pass there will make its way out. As the Bucks dump it in deep. A weird bounce there, went right up to Sammy Billis' net. He'll poke it back. Kicker able to battle off there. He'll clear it all the way down. A good kill. Just 59 seconds left to go for the Hoosiers. Skating with it now will be Sullivan Plankin. He'll get pushed away, lose his stick, and the Hoosiers move the other way as Hawkins connects tape to Michelli. Michelli drives in a shot. And another save by Thomas Wazalowski. A good look there by the Hoosiers.
Indiana just generates so many opportunities, no matter if they're shorthanded or even strength. They always find a way to end up with the puck and get a shot on net. It's tough to beat a team that can do that.
As it makes its way back to the defense of the Ohio State Buckeyes, will be possessed by Michael Kudish again. Kudish scanning for options. Will finally skate around from behind the net and connect to Carrerio. So now go to the far side and just be flung on net where Billis kicks it away. McClure lays a nice body. As this one's sent back to the D. Shot on net deflected. Loose in front. Billis stands tall. Evading a hit there was Kudish again. He'll make a pass down below. As the Hoosiers return a man back to the ice, we're at even 5-on-5. Simoneau will now pressure a little more aggressively. As this shot goes wide and a little high of the net. Germs puts on the brakes. Will make some time and space as he'll get caught up to. It'll be another penalty. Hooking the call, and now the Ohio State Buckeyes once again penalized. Well, Garrett, the party of penalties this period, I guess. Everyone wants one.
Got another Hoosier power play coming up now, and with a 4-0 lead, you'll take that all day.
This will be Valentino Carrerio sitting in the box for 2 on that hook. He caught up to Germs back checking, but his stick got a little too involved in the play, and he tore him down to the ice. Well, this will be Ben Rosenberg. There's a hole on the far side of wing. They'll give it to McKay. McKay back to Rosenberg. Trying to sneak it in there. It looked like he just missed by an inch. As the Buckeyes try to clear it out. McKay holds the line. Simoneau joins him. And they're successful. It stays in. Rosenberg. Centering pass to McKay. McKay fires it right away. On target. A good save. Germs. He'll fire this one at the glove. And a nice catch by Wazalowski. Well, Garrett, just 14-19 left to go here in the third. A minute 22 to go on the power play. And the Hoosiers really have this game right where they want it. They've done a good job so far, especially that last period, tacking on not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 goals. And that's where we stand right now. As Slavin will scoop it up. He'll do a little loop-de-loop and give it up to Andrew Owen. Owen back to Slavin. Slavin gives it back down below. They're just passing around as Tinos Raftis receives it. He'll give it to Castricane. Castricane leaves a touch pass down for Slavin. Like Cass is trying to joke him out, faking the Michigan. Hockey move. Rock will send it all the way across. It'll connect over to Raftis. Raftis now skating the other way a little more aggressively. Owen tried skating in there. It just got blocked away by a shin guard of an Ohio State defender. Now Rock driving towards the net. Sent back down by the Buckeye defense, and Sam Gaffney in particular, as they're able to clear it down just 15 seconds to go on Carrerio's hooking minor penalty. Well, Castricane is going to put the Jets on and fly all the way up the ice, still puck in his hand. As he'll lose it, Luke Slavin, able there for backup. A look for options, feeds it down below. It just bounces high. As the Buckeyes return a man to the ice, we're back to 5-on-5, even strength. Will Kicker dumps it in deep. No icing the call, as the Hoosiers are able to get a line change. This will be the Buckeyes now the other way. Stolen away quickly by Will Jeremy. He'll weave in. This one shot and saved away at the Ohio State logo. The Germs had probably a good 5 or 6 shots tonight.
Yeah, he's been letting them rip.
He's really
He got one to go down.
been aggressive, but yeah, he did get one to fall. And
The one that everybody least expected.
exactly. This will be the Buckeyes as they'll take it off the draw. Starting to move from left to right. First one on the scene. We'll hit it in. It was Michael Gadalewin. Jeremy moves the other way. It's stuck away from him. Ethan DiLorenzo joins the pack. Now Patrick Brandenburg takes a turn. Brandy sends it up. Like Germ shot that. I think his stick snapped in half and his blade went all the way up into the roof. Well, Garrett, does that count as a tally of things that go up in the roof? As Germ's stick just did, as now it's in 2. And the poor guy's been breaking sticks left and right this year.
Wow. Yeah, that one just totally snapped.
That was the one he just got a warranty on, I think, a week and a half ago. So, poor Germ. Regardless of that, this will be the Buckeyes off the draw. It'll be picked up by Andrew Jakes. He'll work it. Steve Wheatley will get cross-checked pretty hard down below. He'll battle him off the puck. As the Buckeyes drive down below. Will be shoveled off the boards and sent back in as Chambers, a centering pass there, tried to find Michelli just off the mark. We're now down to 11:35 here in the third. As this period slowly trudges on. Hawkins fires this one down below. Chambers tipped it, but still making the save was Wesolowski as he just put the trapper on top.
Indiana just needs to control the momentum here and try to get out of this weekend to extend their winning streak to 6 games. They haven't lost since Bowling Green, second game of the year, the only loss of the season to this point.
And they swept their last 2 weekends, looking to sweep for the 3rd straight. And so far, looking so good, but they're going to have to close it out for the last 11 minutes here. As the Buckeyes try to break out. Slammed into the glass with Sam Gaffney. As Jack Hawkins will get pressured. Able to clear the puck out of his own end. It'll now be picked up by St. Pierre of the Buckeyes. Stepping up, Aiden Simino. A good press there, able to clear it out, but now the Buckeyes the other way, it's Plankin. Back out to neutral ice, they'll have to reset. As just shot in deep. Aiden Simino A centering pass there. I think it was meant for Steve Whitley, but ended up connecting to Timmons. Now Rosenberg possesses. Rosenberg puts on the moves. A backhanded shot there, just deflected wide. As here's Griffin Timmons. Timmons trying to do a bank pass there. Missed the angle by just a step. And here's Aiden Simino the other way. Simino leaves it off for Rock. Rock fires immediately. That strikes end glass. A good look from them. He just missed the net by a little bit. As it's now Rock helping in. The body's getting pressed along the far side wall. Jake Rock carries it. Rock shoots it, deflected up high. McClure a little slow to his feet. Looked like he was getting cross-checked aggressively once again by the Buckeyes. Really harassing him there, but seems to be all right, luckily. Also shaking up on the play there was Jack Camp, the freshman from Columbus, Ohio. I think he took a lick there as well on the blue line, but he appears to be okay as well, which is good to see. Back on his bench.
More than halfway through the final period of action now, and looking to conclude a stellar weekend of Indiana hockey. Home opener yesterday. Crowd was buzzing, electric atmosphere. It's always
Really
good to be back at the Frank, though, so
it is. It's a nice feeling.
today's just as good.
This puck came to Slavin off the draw. He got pressed along the glass. And now both sides fighting for possession. It'll be the Buckeyes taking it as Dylan Smith moves up the wing. He'll give it over. This shot fired on. It makes its way back to the point. Fired on, deflected wide. Another good save by Sammy Billis. As this puck rims all the way down. Cash is going to put on the Jets. He almost pressured Wesolowski there a little too good. Wesolowski able to control the puck, though. Give it off. This will be Kudish skating up the wing. Kudish gives it up as it's just tipped in by Seaman. Pass in the backhand, connects over. As now the Buckeyes steal it away. A big hit on the play. There's Matt McKay sending Carter Wilk flying down to the ice. Stolen away as Sam Gaffney takes possession. Buckeyes drive down below. It's loose behind Billis's cage as Ian Smith goes and picks it up. He'll have that stripped from him, and Gaffney steals it. A centering pass there. Didn't make it well all the way through. We're down to just 8 minutes. Get that back, 8 minutes and 8 seconds.
8:08.
That one was deflected up high. Well, we'll send out the Jeremy DiLorenzo and Brandenburg line as they'll win it back to Griffin Timmons. Timmons puts on the brakes behind his cage. As his pass a little off. This one shot on by the Buckeyes. That came from Jay Olson. Icing the call, but I don't think it's going to make it as it's on net, just saved away. We'll have another whistle.
Not many stoppages today, but got our fair share in the third period now, starting to pick up a little bit.
This will be Jeremy taking the draw. And a centering pass. Ethan DiLorenzo tried on the far side there and just missed a little wide. As it frees up to Jack Hawkins. Hawkins makes a D-to-D pass. As Griffin Timmons now gets pressed. DiLorenzo once again scoops it up. D'Lo fires this one off of a Buckeye defender. It almost helped him out there, it looked. However, saved away. Yet another whistle. Both the guys are beefing down there. Looks like fun and games. I can already see D'Lo smiling from here.
I don't know if it's ever
He's got a big
with him.
grin on his smile.
I don't think you could get mad at him if you tried.
D'Lo is one of those guys that always brings a smile on his face. Good positive guy to be around. As McClure flies in a centering pass there. Second chance opportunity with a backhand, but saved away. And yeah, Garrett, you can already tell with the intensity of these games, these teams don't seem to hate each other. They don't seem to mind each other at all, actually. It seems like they're joking around, having a good time. And I don't want to say it, but I do feel like the Buckeyes have already kind of accepted their defeat for this game, as their intensity is just not what it was in the first 40 minutes.
Yeah, the boys got to dial it in and try to get Sammy B that shutout. They got 7 minutes left, and so far they've just held the puck in the offensive zone, so just keep doing that.
Raptis looks for DiLorenzo down below. Will be taken away by the Bucks. And this one goes up and strikes the rafters. Well, puck number 4 that hit the rafters, and number 5 if you want to include items hit. Germs' stick was part of that, but
these last couple minutes have taken more time than probably 10 minutes in the first period. We're stuck between 8 and 7 minutes. 6:59 left now.
As it's one back to the Buckeyes. They send it out to the neutral zone. McClure tried to give it up to Andrew Owen. This one's dumped in. Will be Tinos Raptis. Now pressed along the glass is Andrew Chambers. Owen possesses it. He'll put on the jukes and get pressed off the puck. However, they'll dump it in deep. And the Hoosiers get to work. Almost instantly, it cleared out the other way as Matt McKay will regroup in his own end and start to skate the other way. The big senior defender protects the puck. He'll hold it, give it up to Andrew Owen. As the Bucks make a pass across, they'll fire this one way high and up out of play. If that was a field goal, it'd be considered good.
I like that. Might be the first field goal reference on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network right there.
I just saw it coming. I was watching college football all afternoon before we came here to the game, so.
Don't get me started on Texas, man.
Story for another day. Well, the officials are going to say that it must have deflected high off of someone's stick, causing that puck to go up, but Coach Weiss disagrees, so it's going to go off to neutral ice. As Jake Rock leaves it off for McKay. McKay jukes in, decides to go out. As Carrerio able to scoop it up, he'll work the other way. Carrerio puts it through the legs of Will Kicker and almost had a backhanded shot there, just a little off target. So now it'll be Rosenberg the other way. Rosie leaves off a saucer pass. Backdoor to Rock and nearly scored. It was Sim crashing the net hard. As here comes Ohio State the other way. Will get dumped in deep. As Jack Hawkins presses off a man. McKay. McKay lays a big hit. Rosenberg gets pressed along the glass as Hawkins clears it over. Hawkins lays the body. As it frees up to the point, it'll be stolen away as Jake Rock moves the other way. Rock, just not with numbers, decided to dump it in, and his team will go for a line change. Pardon me.
Nice
Ian
takeaway
Smith will
by
give it
Smith.
off. As here's McClure. McClure. His pass was just a little behind Smith. And here's Ohio State. A shot on net by Seaman. And a save by Billis as Luke Slavin joins the pack. He'll pick up the puck. Slavin starts wheeling. As he'll make it all the way out. He'll get pressed along the glass. However, Castorcane still with the puck in possession. Slavin's pass goes up to Timmons. Timmons over to McClure. McClure fires this one. That's blockered away out wide. As Timmons joins the rush. His centering pass just missed. And here are the Bucks now. This will be Jack Camp. as he'll lay out Castricane, whose stick goes flying. This will be picked up and deflected out of play as Griffin Timmons will pick it up. Castricane really slow off the ice. Slavin will chase as the Buckeyes reset in their own end.
Yeah, Casty very slow to get to the bench there.
He tried to make a hit there and actually got reversed hit. A weird play. Seaman down below. A huge save by Billis with the pad. As Ian Smith now picks it up. Start going the other way. Billis, a big save. The outside of the net struck by Gaffney. As McKay gets tripped down. No call on the play. Gaffney once again steals it. He'll drive towards the net. This one, a big save by Billis. As McKay drags down a Buckeye to the ice.
That escalated quickly.
It did. I don't know what happened there, but McKay clearly upset about something. And Garrett, right there, all three Hoosiers that were forwards were caught outside of the zone. They were lucky they didn't get caught there.
Yeah, Billis had to make a couple saves to keep that shutout alive, and he's giving it all he's got. We'll probably keep it 5-on-5 here, I would say.
Yeah, there's 2 minutes going up for McKay, so.
They're going to put Indiana shorthanded? I guess, no, yeah, 4-on-4.
So they're just a little late putting up the penalty. Our fellow friend Emma Crittenbrick. She's working the clock this weekend and the music. So the officials signify 4-on-4 both ways. Looks like they're only going to put one penalty on there, but it's just 4-on-4. So they're going to send out Will Jeremy as well as Ethan DiLorenzo.
And they gave them both double deuces. So
4 minutes for both of them. That's going to last the rest of the game. Almost surprised they wouldn't just send them to the showers at that point, but this shot one and deflected wide. Billis, another big save there.
There could be overtime, hypothetically.
Yeah, you never know until it's over, but unlikely at the moment. Jeremy will press down below. It's been picked up by Ben Byron. And here's Germs now the other way. New stick in hand after the last play. He'll put on the brakes and try to find Tinos Raftis. He's going to have to skate hard the other way. As the Buckeyes fire this one, that was off of Cantini's stick, but off a Hoosier defender. As kicker joins the play, we've got a 3-on-2. Germs fires this one high, deflected up out of play with 2:05. Jeremy had a wide open lane there towards the net, and his shot went just a little high. Looks like he did get deflected, though, off of a Buckeye stick, so that'll stay in the offensive zone. Rosenberg will win it. However, the Buckeyes take possession. It's scooped up by Carter Wilk. He'll get dropped to the ice. A nice hit by Jack Hawkins. As Hawkins once again lays another hit. Timmons gives it off. Here's Andrew Owen. Hawkins lays a big open ice hit. And here's Andrew Owen the other way. A 2-on-2. Rosenberg fires one, shoots and scores! Rosie took the hit and made the play. What a shot there on net as he got drilled by Sam Gaffney and still went top left again. That's 5-0 for the Hoosiers. And Rosie, a 2-goal game. So he's had 2 this evening again rather. But the Hoosiers jump out now to a 5-goal lead, so Garrett, that one might have been the dagger there.
Yeah, that's going to
just
be
a
all
minute
she wrote.
32. It'll now be held by Kudish as Carrero gets pressed along the glass. Plankin sends one the other way. It's batted back down to the ice by McClure. McClure's pass will connect up to Aiden Simino. Sim tried a centering pass there. It went off of a skate. As it makes its way back to McClure. He'll get over to Kicker. Kicker fires this one. It deflects high and out of play. And we're finally under a minute here left in our final game, the final frame of the weekend. And a promising weekend once again for the Indiana Hoosiers, as they've been coming off of a 5-game win streak Garrett mentioned earlier. Assuming they'll be able to close out the last 57 seconds here, that'll make it to 6. But saw a lot of guys up and down the roster again participate this weekend and really contribute. This kicker gets pushed along in front of the Ohio State bench. So get chipped up the wing as McClure sends it back in deep. Jeremy will get pressed along the glass, but gives it off to Kicker as his shot got deflected up high. DiLorenzo puts on the brakes. Once again, D'Lo jukes. Ethan DiLorenzo! How about that? DiLorenzo was banking it off the glass in front of himself. And Will Kicker got a punch there behind the play, but D'Lo able to juke it out. And next thing you know, put the biscuit in the basket.
I think we're going to have a penalty on the play as well.
Yeah, it's going to be Michael Kudish, at least. I think they're going to send Kicker too. Kicker probably would have been fine, but he was running his mouth on the way back through the line. So,
and he's talking to him in the box as well.
And Kudish was the one that ended up punching him in the face. Oh, fellas, we got 28 seconds left to play. See if we can toughen it out here and just get through it. But
all right, come on, guys.
Garrett, look at Sammy Billis over there in his own net. He looks very at peace. I think he just wants to get out of here. Billis has played out of his mind this afternoon. I think they're just going to cancel those two out, but Will Kicker's 7 and 2 minutes are going to go up on the board. So I think we're going to have 4-on-4 action. They finally reorganize. I think after all the shenanigans, we're finally ready to go. So we'll just continue the 4-on-4. So the next 28 seconds as the Buckeyes win it. And if you're the Hoosiers, just get it in deep and protect this win for Sammy Billis. Andrew Owen skates down below. Owen gets pressured. He'll get hooked pretty hard by Smith. As it frees out, Raftis is going to have to hurry back. He will, as he drops a man to the ice. We're going to hit all 3 zeros. The Hoosiers win another in a Sammy Billis shutout. And just like that, the Indiana Hoosiers able to bring the brooms out and sweep the Ohio State Buckeyes. After last weekend, they swept the Cincinnati Bearcats, and the weekend before, the Concordia, Wisconsin Falcons. So Garrett, the Hoosiers pick up another one, a 6-game winning streak. And just like that, they get the W in the win column.
Yeah, Goose, an incredible weekend, and Indiana showed up, defended their home ice, and couldn't have gone much better for everybody. Fans came out and supported the team. Indiana with a shutout tonight. Sammy Billis able to put one in the column for him. We've seen him lose them so many times late in games, so it was great to see him finish this one out, and you know he's ecstatic about that.
Well, we'll be back next week on Thursday night. We'll be in Louisville. We'll be playing. And we'll be back here Friday at 9:30. I believe 9:30 both times. We'll get you an update, but For Garrett Drake and I, Andrew Gus, we'll have to leave it off for Owen McDonough to close us out for the weekend. Once again, you've been watching Indiana Hockey on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. Here we are through 60 minutes. The final score would be your Indiana Hoosiers at 6 and the Ohio State Buckeyes at 0. First shutout of the year for Sammy Billis. I know it's going to be a huge confidence booster for him. Tends to get his shutouts taken away late in games this year and in previous games. So it's very good for him moving forward. The Ohio State Buckeyes had to come out in the third period firing, and they couldn't do so. They had almost no offense throughout the third period, constantly getting checked on the body and on poke checks from the defenders of the Indiana Hoosiers. So very promising for the Hoosiers moving forward. For the Ohio State Buckeyes, I'm sure they'll look to bounce back against their next week's opponent. As for us, for the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network, we'll be back next week on Thursday at 9:30 p.m. in Louisville for the first home split against Louisville next weekend.